Every trainer in Little Root liked the holidays a lot, but Birch, who lived in his lab, did not. Birch had nothing against the holidays, but he had no fame, and he thought Tamashi was the one to blame. He wasn't a main character in her hacks. How could this be? He knew the most talented Little Root was he. He was bitter about the whole ordeal, but Tamashi wouldn't listen to his appeal. Whatever her reason, it was him she wouldn't use. He stood there in his lab, listening to the blues, staring out of his window with a sour, birchy frown at the warm-lighted windows around in his town, for he knew Tamashi was in one of these shacks, not using him in any of her hacks.
And she's making one now.
He said with a sneer.
A hack about the holidays, it's perfectly clear.
And then he got an idea, an awful idea. Professor Birch got a wonderful, awful idea.
I know what I'll do. I'll hold the holidays at ransom, and then force Tamashi to make a hack about me. I'm so handsome.
He ran to the phone and called up Kirby, who rode in on a warp star in a hurry. Birch paid him well to do his thing, and Kirby swallowed up the holidays like they were nothing. Then Birch rushed outside and pronounced very loudly,
I had the holidays!
He yelled proudly. All the trainers and Pokemon came out of their houses and looked at Birch like he was cheese and they were mouses. Tamashi stared at Birch and said, Professor, why? Why are you taking our holidays? Why?
I've been on the sidelines long enough.
Birch cried.
So make me a hack starring me, or your holidays die.
And so Tamashi, to keep the holidays alive, got to work on a hack around 3:25. A few hours later and the hack was done. The time was now 5:41.
You've kept me waiting,
Birch declared. I didn't want to rush it, Tamashi glared. So she sat Birch down and showed him her work. A hack similar to the Grinch, but with some quirks.
This hack is magnificent.
He crowed.
This hack is divine. But best of all, this hack is mine. All mine.
He looked at Tamashi's face, expecting a frown, but she wasn't unhappy. She wasn't even looking down.
What's the matter with you? I've won. Aren't you sad?
Not at all, Professor. In fact, I'm glad, for I haven't lost at all, don't you see? I saved the holidays and everyone can celebrate them with me. Birch left Tamashi's house, at a loss for words, and found Kirby playing with some birds. He told Kirby to let the holidays go, and out they all came in a pukey flow. Everyone was happy, except the poor birds, and Birch, who was still at a loss for words.
I got what I wanted, so why aren't I happy? Could it be that Tamashi's hack was too sappy? That wasn't funny at all. I feel ripped off.
Birch kicked something in anger, his shoe flying off. And what happened then? Well, in Little Root they say that Birch's little toe grew 3 sizes that day. And the minute his poor stubbed toe started to swell, the mailman walked up and rang his bell, and dropped a bunch of hate mail in his slot, from fans of Tamashi who didn't like his plot. So in the end, though the holidays were saved, Birch got pissed off and all the fans flamed. The end.